What's up, Heather?
What's up, B?
We're here for another edition of Tortured Bourbon Unscripted.
This is so unnerving. For two type A personalities, we like to know what we're doing. And yeah, this is unhinged.
That's right.
It's so unhinged.
It's a Motley Crue concert in the 80s.
Or I saw a lot of Dave in the mid-2000s when he was drinking a lot. And he would go off for a while.
You know, you're the first person to ever to equate. And I like both these, but you seeing Dave Matthews and your collar popped. And I bet you had on two of them.
It was hot. I only had one on.
In Motley Crue. I mean, I have to tell you.
But I mean, that's what I saw. I've seen Dave like 4 times, so
I understand.
It's different. I have not seen Motley Crue.
But we're talking about two very distinctive. We're talking about going
Dave's
off
like a
script.
jam band.
Yeah, and then you have like.
Motley Crue's not.
Yeah, they're literally a Motley Crue. Anyway, so
we're a Motley Crue right now.
So what we're doing tonight? Well, first off, welcome. We do 3 shows a week because Heather is into making me work hard. We could just do one, but we don't.
It's definitely Heather. It's all Heather. B has nothing to do with the scheduling or planning. Nothing at all.
I don't. It's all you and Katie.
All me.
I just sit here and wax poetically and fill you in on music history and strange rhythmic jams. But
he plays jazz flute too.
I played jazz flute.
Jazz flute.
Jazz flute. So I'll play that the next episode. But if you want to come back, if you're still with us, congratulations.
Thank you.
Go ahead and click like and subscribe. We got lots of information about us down in the notes. We copy and paste it into everyone. Mm-hmm. So if you've read it once, you've read it all. But if you want one of these cool sweatshirts, they're there. Prices are going up. Tariffs are coming in. You better get yours now.
And before you do that, follow us on all of our social media. X, Facebook, Instagram. I list Instagram last because it's my favorite. And we love...
favorite.
It's my favorite. I did the vocal fry at the end just to be extra millennial.
You are 100%. With all those little exclamation marks at the end of all your text messages.
We had a giant...
I'm working
on it. You picked that one. Of course you picked that one. We had a giant debate about exclamation marks. All my fellow millennials out there will understand me. Anyway, follow us on all our socials. I love to hear from you. Message me. Shoot us an email. If you comment on our YouTube videos, that's the one place that people actually see it. Otherwise, it's all me. But we love to hear from you. If you
respond.
You do. You do.
Timely responses. Timelyresponses.com. # we care.
Okay, boomer. Anyway.
I'm not a boomer. All right, so moving on. What we have tonight, we both love Bardstown.
We do.
We absolutely love Bardstown.
Have we had yet to have one of their products that we didn't love?
You've just... Anyway, so...
Knock, knock, knock on the door, baby.
We might...
Is that better?
We might or might not have been singing that earlier. So... Yeah. So anyways, back to this unscripted. So we have 3 Bardstown ryes here because we're kind of on a rye kick this week, and so we're filming some rye episodes, and we love Bardstown. And if you want to see more about us talking about, well, we're actually going to do a whole series on Bardstown Bourbon. So we're not going to link that here because we haven't done it yet. But we did do a lot with the Bardstown Bottled and Bond Bourbon.
And loved it.
And we will link that right here.
And we tried the Bardstown Wheated as well.
Oh, yes. And
wasn't that right under 1792 sweet wheat, and then the Bardstown Wheated was like right there.
I didn't let you know this, but we've ordered 4 bottles.
Of what?
The Bardstown High Wheat.
I'm not even mad about it.
No, you're not.
I'm not even mad
at MSRP through Youngsville.
I'm not mad about it.
He didn't think that you would be.
No. Our producer Katie, the Thunder from Down Under, my little koala. Anyway, so we have, what's interesting here is we have a Youngsville, which is an ABC store here in North Carolina.
It's our honey hole, honestly.
Yes, and then we have and I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. It is entitled Seelbach. Now, Seelbach is a distributor. They're a seller online of unique spirits. And they have a whole story. I will let you go and read about it yourself. But basically, they work a lot with the guys at Bourbon Pursuit. And they work with distillers that distill, bottle, and own their own product. They have a whole definition of that on their website. I'm not going to dig it in. And this is one of the first times we've actually put a laptop on the side screen. This is kind of weird. But they have a whole thing about what they define as a certified craft distillery. So being they have a pick, in their eyes, these guys are a certified craft distillery. Okay. So one of them is...
Which Bardstown, they own that. And they
all right, so they're... By definition, that means that it's, for them, independently owned. Less than 25% of the craft distillery is owner-controlled by alcoholic beverage industry members who are not themselves craft distillers. So, in other
for
words,
example, Seagram's, Campari, they don't own it.
Yeah. Small scale, maximum annual sales are less than 100,000 proof gallons. Hands-on production, has some defining there. Distilled by the person they're saying it is. So the spirit must be run through a still by a certified craft producer, yada, yada, yada. So they have some...
So Bardstown is that. And honestly, they're probably one of the best examples of that.
But if you order from Seelbach, and we have no relationship with them, I hear the guys who run it on Bourbon Pursuit podcast, that's what they're providing you. So they did a pick. One of these, and I'm standing up on site. So both of these are 95% rye, 5% malted barley. One of them is the Seelbach one pick, and the other one is the Youngsville pick. Yes. I'm telling you, we're completely unscripted. We're having to read it from the bottles. Bottle. So the Youngsville pick, this is what makes this interesting. These, one is 60.8% alcohol by volume. The other is 59.7.
It's right there.
It's right there. One is from Rickhouse A, Floor 5. That's the Youngsville pick. Seelbach is from Rickhouse F, Floor 3. They're both 6 years.
Yeah.
So we're talking about...
And they're both barrel strength.
Yeah, so what we're getting at is we're basically comparing two rickhouses and a floor.
So basically it's apples to apples, but for the rickhouse and the floor. So we thought that would be really, really interesting.
And then we're going to follow that up with another rye that they make, which is just very unique. And
this one is finished in a cherry cask, a cherry oak barrel.
And we've got some info over here on the MacBook Pro.
Oh well.
On the MacBook Pro, that is going to tell us about that. This is so not us. But it is so us. Anyway, so what we're going to do...
And so we have talked recently about what cask aging does.
Yes.
And so it's interesting to throw this in because obviously we were comparing ryes. This is technically a rye, but it's different from these two because again, we're finishing in the cherry oak. So B and I have been working lately on being able to tell those subtle differences.
Yeah, we're struggling, but we're doing it.
Comparing two things that are virtually exactly the same. The only difference in these two is the rickhouse. The only difference in this one, it's got that age in the cherry.
But it's got a little different mash. But we'll talk about that.
It does. But the point being though,
these are all ryes from Bardstown,
right? And a year ago we'd have been like,
yeah.
And now we're really trying to be able to pull out those differences. New goal: to have a tortured bourbon pick.
Bandit, hold your
somewhere.
Breath. All right, so let's start with. This is the Youngsville.
Okay.
Now, hold on.
Nope,
Whoa, no.
Nope.
The bottles are about... Wait, this says S. So, let's flip these.
'em.
So, let's put... Yeah.
There you
go.
Let's
do this in some...
Just so you know, when I put the glasses behind the bottles, I did it correctly, so you switched bottles when you put them back.
Yes, ma'am. I have no doubt that I messed this up.
We messed it up. That is...
I have no doubt.
No doubt.
Would you like to start with the Youngsville or the Seelbach?
Dealer's choice.
S comes before Y in the alphabet.
Ooh, good. I like the way you did that. All right. So...
It's my many years of high-level education.
That's exactly what it is.
I mean, I'm very important. I have many leather-bound books.
All right, so full disclosure, we just did a 5 rye episodes.
We actually record most of these back to back because we have work.
This one smells completely different than all the ryes we just did. There's a little bit of mint there, but it's very subtle, and I get a lot of brown sugar. I get a lot of brown sugar in this one.
It's
a snickerdoodle.
It's not.
Smell it.
It's 95% rye.
Don't care. It smells like snickerdoodle. It's there.
Excuse me. Should I edit that?
Apparently B got a whiff up his nose.
Excuse me.
You okay, friend?
I got it in my right eye.
Oh no. Insane.
We're trained professionals.
We're so professional.
I see where you're going with that. I don't get quite the sweetness of a snickerdoodle, but I see where you're talking about the spice.
And comparatively speaking to some of the other ryes we've smelled in the past.
Now, I'm not getting the full-on doughy snickerdoodle, but
I don't
get where you're
I don't get the
talking
bread dough. But I get a little bit of cinnamon and baking spice in this.
Let's hit it and see what happens.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Ooh.
Now it hit.
Here.
Mm-hmm. But also, so I get cinnamon in the back on that one. Big time. Big time.
120 proof.
Yeah,
119 proof. Yep.
It's a high proof, and it drinks a high proof. Do you get?
It's up there, baby.
Do you get cinnamon in that finish? Do it again. I dare you. Give it a try. Wait till the end. Not there.
Mm-mm.
There.
It's very Neil Young.
How is it, Neil Young?
Cinnamon Girl.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay, but cinnamon without the sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's cinnamon. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
100%.
so a lot of times, you talk about cinnamon and sugar, right?
It's straight cinnamon.
Yeah, it's not cinnamon sugar.
No, 100%. You're right. It's not cinnamon in a cookie
No.
or a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
It's just straight.
Cinnamon.
Did the cinnamon challenge, which some really ignorant youths did several years back. Don't advise.
The Utes.
I like this.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
They do a good job.
Hey, Bardstown. Well done.
Just put our label on the back.
And we'll be just fine. What else do you get besides the cinnamon?
I was trying to get the upfront, right? Mm-hmm. So what I generally, my taste profile for bourbon is caramel bomb, roll off, heat, cinnamon and sugar, roll it down, oak, bang, right? Mm-hmm. So and if you can put a nut in there, if you put a little peanut in there, I'm really happy.
You're so happy.
So I'm obviously a rare breed Knob Creek guy.
Yeah.
Bakers.
Mm-hmm.
One of those leads more into the caramel bomb. One of them leads more into the peanut.
Mm-hmm. And
so
one more cinnamon.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find the sweetness up front.
I get the sweetness on the smell. It's there on the very, very, very first taste, and then it goes away. And you got the rye spice and the oak, and then the cinnamon comes in for me on the finish.
Yeah, so I do like it. The front to me is a little bland.
Okay. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Now, comparatively a little bland.
Right.
All right, I think there's this nice spice in the back. We're calling it cinnamon. Mm-hmm. It's not pepper.
No, I think it's baking spices / cinnamon. Yeah.
I think we're close on that cinnamon. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe nutmeg? Yeah.
Yeah. A little clove.
Yeah, okay.
But predominantly cinnamon.
So the power on this one is you get a taste of something that kind of invites you on the tongue, on the very tip. And then rolls around. Mm-hmm. You chew it a second.
Yeah.
And then you have a great finish.
Yeah.
So
overall, though, this is a rye that's not just a rye.
No, but so this is ridiculous This is all self-built. There's nothing out there in the internet that is supposed to do this. For some reason, the word rye to me, I think old school farm grain. Right? It's going to be a little chewy.
This one's a little less so.
Yeah, but this kind of hits it for me in that
This is
I'm
less
not expecting
grainy,
caramel.
though.
I'm not expecting caramel.
Okay, yeah.
I'm expecting something that's a little more earthy. I'm expecting something that's a little more chewy. You know, I'm looking for some dude out in the field with one of those things. Right? I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. It sounds ridiculous. This is what words do to people when they're not very bright. And so what I'm thinking about North Atlantic farmland, Quakers. I'm Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the Amish.
Out
there.
Yeah, Quakers, Amish. I'm envisioning fields, and what comes from that, I don't think caramel. I think this much more
the grain
stalky.
Grain forward.
Yeah, stalky, and this hits it for me. So if I'm looking for it, I'm going to tell you right now that Bardstown, you did it again.
You killed it.
I hate you. All right, so next hit.
You killed it.
Now this is the.
I'm really intrigued.
This is within a percentage point on proof.
So hold on, B. So this is the Seelbach.
Yes.
And this is the Youngsville pick.
Yes.
But otherwise they're the same.
They're within half a percentage point on proof.
Except for the rickhouse. They're virtually the same.
Rickhouse and floor, yeah.
They're virtually the same. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. God, I love when we compare two similar together. Tell me if you smell a little bit more tobacco in that one now. Tobacco and smoke. There's a little tobacco and smoke in the Seelbach.
I'm going to have to believe you.
Okay.
No, I'm seriously. We both know I've had sinusitis surgery years ago. Yeah. I'm going to have to believe you.
This one has, now that, but you pulled it out in the taste on this one. The little more farm forward. Mm-hmm. That one, the smell is a little more farm forward to me. All right, let's give this one a taste. I don't get as strong as cinnamon on the back end. It's more grain forward on the back for me.
Still hits here. Mm-hmm. What are we doing? We're killing our roosters.
Thankfully, they're made of indestructible brass or something. I don't know.
They both hit hard, but they're 120 proof.
So they should
let's
hit.
Be up
they
clear.
Should hit.
They should hit.
They should hit.
This has more chew on the front.
Yep. That one has a
This has more mouth on the front.
I was about to say it has a thicker mouthfeel. That's exactly what I was about to say.
No, I'm not saying that they're not indistinguishable. I'm not saying that these are two completely different islands.
Yeah, but I think I could taste the difference.
Yeah, I don't know that I could tell. Well, that one's from Rickhouse.
Right,
but if you
but if you put them both in front, they taste a little different.
They taste a little different. Yeah.
This one's a little bit sweeter to me up front, and the initial taste.
This one's a little thicker and a little creamier.
A little thicker and a little creamier, absolutely. On the nose, after I smelled this one, which is the Youngsville pick, the Seelbach pick had a little more of that farm forward tobacco smoky smell. Yeah, they're both really good.
Oh, they're both hush your mouth. Don't even play. Neither one of those is a dog.
No, they're both hush your mouth.
They're both they're good.
Which one do you like better?
That's tough. So,
do you want to wait till we taste all three and then compare?
Yeah.
Okay.
God, this is unscripted, but it's a good show. I don't know if anyone's going to watch it, but it's fantastic. All right, so this bad boy in the middle. Thank you to one of our patrons who hooked us up by letting us taste this.
Thank you.
We're taking good care of it. We'll bring it back. So this is a composition.
And it has the prettiest color. It has the most amber, like, molasses color of all three. It's a little darker.
Okay.
See that?
All right.
It's a little richer in color.
So it's a combination.
It's a redhead.
Now, what's interesting about this is that you have a 6-year-old Indiana rye. I bet that's from
MGP.
I'm betting.
Maybe not.
Now it's a 95% rye and 5% malted barley mash bill, which is actually the same mash bill as these bad boys. Mm-hmm. So it could be the same juice.
Yeah.
It could be.
It could be.
But they blend that with a 12-year-old Canadian whiskey.
I'm so intrigued.
That's made entirely 100% from corn.
So it's probably going to have more sweetness.
We'll see. But after that, and now who do you think's a hottie?
Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, she thinks he's a hottie.
He's a cutie.
All right. After blending it, the whiskey's aged in cherry wood barrels.
I'm so intrigued right now.
That have been toasted using infrared technology. When I first looked that up, I thought I had misread it somehow, but I don't know how they do that. This method allows for precise control over the toasting process, potentially imparting unique flavors on the whiskey. I like how they word that. Potentially.
Maybe. It might taste this way.
The nose should have marshmallow, Kentucky cream pull candy.
What is Kentucky pull cream candy?
Gentle oak, light rice spice, toasted almond, olive oil cake.
What?
And white peppercorn.
Smell it. It has a pleasant smell. I don't know if I get all that, but...
Well, I've never had Kentucky pull candy.
Me either.
Kentucky creamed pull candy. It's made with pure whipping cream and sugar, and it gets cooked, pulled, and cut into pieces of taffy-like candy. Then it gets covered and left to cream overnight. And that is when the miracle occurs. It miraculously turns into the most delicious melt-in-your-mouth candy that you will ever eat.
Ever.
According to mycountrytable.com.
I'm getting on a plane tonight
Let's go.
for some Kentucky cream
Pull candy. That we will have at one of the distilleries.
Yes.
At Bardstown, in fact.
So, I don't know that I get marshmallow.
No.
I'm struggling on the marshmallow.
There's some sweetness, though.
The sweetness I get.
There's some sweetness
The
there.
gentle oak, the light rice spice, yeah.
I'm all in on that. Yeah, absolutely. That I don't know what Kentucky cream pull candy tastes like.
Do they mean a toasted marshmallow? Because if they're talking about they're talking about a caramel glazed marshmallow, I can get behind that. But a regular, what does a regular marshmallow smell like?
Slightly sugary.
Yeah, so I guess they must be referring to
a
toasted marshmallow. And then, quite frankly, a toasted almond and a toasted marshmallow are actually very similar.
Yeah, but regardless, this does not have a traditional rye smell.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Hey, B, what are we supposed to get on the taste?
Well, you won't believe this, but we're supposed to get some flavors of rice spice.
Oh, shocker.
Yep. With some creamed corn.
I love creamed corn because I grew up eating it every time my grandma cooked.
And then you asked me, well, down here, did you ever eat the creamed corn? Well, yeah, we had the creamed corn.
Was it sweet? A little bit sweet, though?
Oh, yeah, it's creamed corn.
Okay.
It's corn. Then we get some mixed peppercorns.
Okay.
With some sweet cinnamon spice. Some vanilla frosting.
Oh.
So it's a cupcake with your cream corn.
I don't know.
And your peppercorns.
I don't know that I want that necessarily.
With a slightly oily mouthfeel.
See, if I owned a bourbon company, I would never describe it as oily. I would just not use that descriptor. That wouldn't be my first choice.
And we're going to finish, of course, with leather and oak and spice.
Of course we are.
John Wayne's bootstrap. So let's give it a shot.
But wait. There was no cherry in that descriptor at all. Even though it's finished in a cherry oak cask, right?
Look, I'm just telling you what the Google said.
Well, okay, Google. The only way I would know that was a rye was the end.
Right there. Yep. A little mint.
The beginning and middle, don't drink like a rye.
That's fantastic.
That's delicious.
Yeah. I don't get the oily mouthfeel.
But do you see what I'm saying about the beginning and middle? It doesn't give rye.
No.
The end does.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't get the oily, thankfully.
When are we going to have something from Bardstown Bourbon Company we don't like?
Hadn't happened yet. We're going to do a whole Bardstown episode. Maybe one of them we won't be a huge fan of. But thus far. And even, what's the proof on this one again? All right, we're at 110. We're not super low.
I would not have thought that, actually. The first two, yeah. I knew I was drinking something that was up there.
It's so pleasant. Ooh, I just got... At the very, very end, there's a little bit of smoky flavor that's super pleasant and enjoyable.
And I think that's a character of rye.
I really like, but the rye's not overpowering. That's the phrase I was looking for. If you're not a rye drinker and someone presents you with a rye, that's a good option. Wait till all the way you've swallowed it. It's lingering.
Does it linger?
It has to.
You have to let it linger.
You have to.
The corn is up front.
Yeah, 100%.
Corn's up front.
Now's about where you should get that smoky.
Yep, I get you. And it's campfire smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
100%.
I'm with you. And
100%.
well, I mean, it kind of has that.
It goes with the marshmallow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has that.
That is so yummy.
I had a descriptor for it, but it slipped me.
I only know to equate it. B and producer Katie are amazing about letting us like hang out by their fire pit, and sometimes sometimes B smoking meat on his Traeger. You know, sometimes we're sitting by the fire pit and smoking and doing marshmallows and s'mores. This is that.
Yeah.
This is not the smokiness of mezcal tequila.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not agave that's in a pit.
Right.
And that's a whole different thing.
It's a whole different thing. This would be amazing with some of your pulled pork, your smoked meat, sitting there having a drink.
I think it's going to be amazing when we turn the camera off and we keep drinking it. It's good.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
That's a hush your mouth for me. A high hush your mouth.
I thought you were going to go and let it crow, but okay.
I'm going to go high hush your mouth.
All right. So then what are you going to put the other two?
These are virtually indistinguishable proof points. But to me, this one drinks higher than this one. Will you try it and tell me what you think?
Oh, no. It's because this one has a mightier chew in the front.
But they're the same. They're virtually the same proof point.
But what I'm telling you, the chew on the front is different.
But tell me, that one drinks higher, right?
I really like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good, right? It's so good.
This has a great chew. I mean, it has a great mouthfeel.
It's so good.
This one is more bold.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You ready for me to break the internet?
Yes, break it.
For all of our viewers, all 227.
Break it.
Bardstown, head-to-head, Sazerac wins almost every time. They have very unique flavor profiles. Mm-hmm. Their range is amazing.
From weeded to quote unquote regular to rye, everything is done well.
Yeah, I worry about them with what's going on economically. I worry about, are they going to be around? And I don't know. That's not inside. I just worry about.
We have no inside information.
Yeah,
I mean, out of all the craft distilleries, I feel like they're probably in better shape.
Okay, so the reason I made that statement is the algorithms on Facebook keep trying to sell me Bardstown barrels. But these guys, it's just good.
So we've now tasted the two regular ryes. Let's taste the rye with it, and now let's compare. I love this one. The rye with the cherry cask finish. For me, it brings out the things that I do like in rye, but it kind of minimizes the things that are not as much my favorite.
You also like the smoothness.
I do. I like the smoothness.
And this is a 6-year that's high proof.
Yeah.
Somewhere in here is a 12-year that's smoothing it out. Mm-hmm. And it's not quite as high proof.
Right.
I'm not knocking the game. I'm just saying that if I had to math you out, that's why I would
that's why. That's why. And I don't dislike any of them.
But I think of the two, you like chewing this one. Of these two, I think you like this one the most. Mm-hmm. Am I right?
Yep.
But not by...
I mean, this
is a photo finish.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? But you like this one out of the three. You want to drink this one.
I go here. I don't dislike any of them.
Yeah.
That's where
you would already met. Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
But just knowing your profile, and for me, these two, it depends on the night.
Mm-hmm. On what you're feeling.
Yeah, it depends on the night.
Yeah.
But when I want to chew something,
you're there.
And I don't know why I like to sit there and do the 30-minute swish.
It reminds me of second grade when they'd bring the fluoride cups around and you had to swish it for 30 seconds.
It tasted
horrible. Oh, it was awful.
It's like...
so bad.
It's like grandma spit out her fluoride from her gum fake teeth mess, and you had to chew it.
It was so bad. And I'm from the mountains, so they made us do it extra.
Well, yeah, because y'all drinking that non-fluoride water.
Well, they put sweet tea in Mountain Dew in kids' bottle. I have good teeth. You're looking right now. I had regular oral care.
But they got little. She has little teeth.
I do.
She has hobbit teeth.
I have really small teeth.
Hey, everything I read says we should ask you to interact more in our comments. Why don't you talk about if you've noticed that Heather has small teeth? Show them your small teeth.
Shut up. No, show my teeth again.
So where are you going to rate this one being it's your favorite?
Oh,
it's still high, hush your mouth. What does that mean?
It's almost cock of the walk. It's almost there.
It's almost the hottest dude you ever met at a bar, but not quite.
It's not quite. It's not quite. It's not quite Glenn Powell, but it's John Krasinski.
Okay, is that the dude from The Office?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the dude from The Office.
So
who's this? Who's this?
This is Hi, Hush Your Mouth.
This is The Office, and who's this?
That is Vince Vaughn.
So Vince Vaughn falls under John Krasinski.
For me, personally.
All right, well then who's that?
Also very solid, Owen Wilson.
So it's kind of got that nose thing.
Mm-hmm. You nailed it. There you go. Okay.
So this is John Krasinski.
Yes.
This is Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
And this is Owen Wilson with the nose thing.
So what about you?
So being you did actors and we're unscripted and no one's watching this anymore. This is Carrie Fisher, but Carrie Fisher offset.
Yeah. Okay.
And in those movies, I mean, and
having
if you see
fun,
some,
living her best life.
This is
Yeah.
Dating here. Well,
that's
dating
the
Harrison Ford.
Carrie Fisher that Harrison Ford in the back of the limo after the party was like.
Yeah, they had a moment.
Yeah.
Or two.
Yeah. But
this is Goldie Hawn and Laughing.
Which I was not familiar with until you showed me, and it's phenomenal.
But she's got some paint on the body. She's doing a little dance.
It's so fun.
You know?
It's so fun.
But there's something a little more to it, but you gotta dig.
Yeah.
You gotta dig.
Yeah.
This is Winona Ryder in Reality Bites.
Okay. All right.
Because she's an acquired taste. To start with, she's the valedictorian of her college class. But, I mean, she ain't putting on airs.
Right.
Right? And she'd rather be smoking cigarettes and drinking Bud Light and listening to the Pixies. And, I mean, that's kind of what that is. I mean,
it's kind of where your head's at.
Yeah. So, I mean...
I respect that.
That's where I'm at.
I respect that.
But Winona Ryder's in her day. I mean, I gotta tell you,
she's still beautiful.
No, I had when I saw Heather's, it was like, that's it. Winona Ryder
was the best of the Heathers until he met me, and now I'm the best of the Heathers.
You know, if you've seen that movie, I don't really think that that's what you want to be. I don't really think that's what you want. Have you seen them? Have you seen it? That's not what you. No one goes, well, I'm the best. That means that you tie the red thing in your hair and you get killed by Winona Ryder and Christian Slater, who then blows himself up.
So then Winona's the best of the Heathers. Because she wins at the end.
That's not the point of the story. Millennials are weird. That's not the point of the movie.
So then I win because I'm still here.
Wow. Get it. She didn't get Reality Bites. She didn't get Singles. She definitely didn't get Heathers. But you know where we're at?
Anyway.
We're at the point where we say that we both think she thinks this is...
Yeah, that's my favorite.
All right.
What was your favorite? That one too?
I told you these two, they fight it out. Okay. It's Fight Club.
Moral of the story is try Bardstown. It's phenomenal. And even the ryes. If rye's not your thing, give these a try.
Especially the one in the middle. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And on that note.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all. You good?